Howdy, howdy. Welcome to The Awakened Heart, a podcast for healing women. A place where your voice matters, your body is sacred, and your journey home to yourself is honored, no matter how winding the road. I'm Autumn Moran, licensed professional counselor in the state of Texas, a life coach beyond Texas, a yoga instructor, and overall, your companion on this beautiful sacred path we call healing. I am so glad you're here today because I want to dive deeper into a theme that so many of you connected with, and that's finding your voice after trauma, but not in a quick fix kind of way. Like today, I want to talk about the voice that went silent, the voice that was punished, the voice that froze, not because you were weak, not because you are weak, but because your nervous system was protecting you. And the voice that's rising now, even if she's trembling, even if she's still unsure, this is about the voice you lost and the one you're becoming. But first, let's ground here for a moment together. Feel your feet. Place them on the ground if you can. If not, just wiggle the toes. Feel your feet. Notice your breath. Where's it at? Are you inhaling in the chest? Are you inhaling down into the belly? How's your exhale? Is it short, shallow, long, deep? Just notice it. And if it feels okay, if you are free to do it, gently place one hand on your heart. Your belly. Or even if you'd like to, we're talking about our voice, you can place that hand along your throat, nice and gently, just to feel the breath, feel the movement when you swallow. And let yourself settle, knowing this is a safe space to explore. Not to perform, not to force, but to remember who you are beneath the quiet. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Using the mouth, exhale deeply. Let's get into it. I don't think it's talked enough about what it means to lose your voice, especially for trauma survivors and neurodivergent women. Losing your voice doesn't always look like literal silence. Like, really, it doesn't. That's not it. It might look like always smiling when you're upset. I'm fine. This is fine. We're fine. Apologizing when you didn't do anything wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Performing strength when what you really feel is grief. I just got to push through this. I'm strong. I can do this. I have to be tough. And it also might look like speaking up, but editing yourself mid-sentence to soften the truth. Changing your mind mid-sentence. Your voice might have been lost through years of being interrupted, dismissed, overridden, even shamed or simply ignored. And sometimes your voice was never welcome to begin with. For some of us, many of us, the earliest experiences of voice were tied to survival. Don't say that. That'll make them mad. No one wants to hear your feelings. You're being too dramatic. You're too much. You're too loud. You're too emotional. So you learn to mask. You learn to stay quiet. You learn to disappear even as you smiled. Especially if you're neurodivergent, you might have been told that your tone, your pacing, or intensity were wrong. So you softened, you flattened, or shut down to be accepted. And if you're trauma experienced, you may have literally frozen, my dear. Your nervous system knew that speaking might bring consequences, so it locked your jaw, closed your throat, and pulled your energy deep inside. Voice loss is not a character flaw. It's a nervous system strategy. But I want to get into the grief and the rage of losing your voice, because there's no such thing as not having grief in silence, because there is so much grief in silence. Not because of what you couldn't say, but because of who you weren't allowed to become. The child who learned early that speaking up meant punishment. The teen who sensed her feelings made her unlovable. The woman who kept shrinking herself to be tolerable in rooms that never deserved her. And beneath that grief, that loss, is rage. Oftentimes there's rage. Rage that no one asked how it felt to stay quiet. Rage that your safety was tethered to staying agreeable. Rage that no one stopped to see you, to ask you if you were okay or what you thought. Rage that the world clapped for your compliance but never asked what it cost you. And this isn't dangerous. This is sacred. It's the part of you that knows you deserve fucking better. So if your voice still shakes when you speak the truth, or scared to speak the truth at all, if you still over-explain to avoid discomfort, if you feel safer texting than talking face-to-face, these things don't make you broken. It makes you brilliant. Brilliant at surviving. Your nervous system did exactly what it needed to do to get you here. But silence that once protected you might now be keeping you hidden. And your body might be yearning gently, slowly, for another way. When we experience relational trauma, especially early or repeated trauma, we don't just adapt our behavior, we create meaning around our responses. So let me ask you this. What story did you start telling yourself about this pattern of staying silent? And is that story actually true? Do you have evidence to support this belief? Or is it just something you needed to believe to feel safe at some time in the past? Is this a habit? For example, if you stayed quiet as a child to avoid punishment, you might have internalized a few beliefs. Speaking up causes chaos. Silence is maturity. Silence keeps me lovable. Or, my feelings are dangerous. If I express myself, I'll be abandoned, hurt, punished, so on and so forth. And if no one ever came back for the you that was hurting, of course you learn to silence her. So as an adult, when you freeze before setting a boundary, when you feel physically sick after expressing a need, when your inner voice says, why can't I just say what I mean? That's not dysfunction. That's a neural pathway that's never been challenged until now. So ask yourself, what did I believe silence protected me from? Or what did silence protect me from? What did I make silence mean about me? And who might I become if I gently, safely tried a new response? You don't need to shame the silence. You can honor it as a brilliant survival tool while letting yourself slowly learn new ways of showing up. Your voice isn't late. It's just learning it's finally allowed. So if your current thought is being silent keeps me safe, in a CPT-inspired reframe, cognitive processing therapy inspired reframe, you could say something Like my silence made sense as a child or in that relationship or at that time. But I don't have to shame myself for what I needed to do to survive. Instead of focusing on what's going wrong, instead of forcing calm or shutting down, dialectical behavior therapy often uses regulation tools in the form of acronyms. So the first acronym that I'm going to recommend that you try when you're in a heightened state, when your mind's going, when you're spiraling, when you just can't calm down. It's called the TIP skills, TIPP. First one is T for temperature change. Hold an ice cube, put an ice pack on your chest, splash some cold water on your face. I stands for intense movement. Do 30 seconds to a minute of jogging in place, shaking your arms, jumping jacks, squats, burpees, anything to kind of get the heart pumping. First P is paced breathing, box breathing, square breathing. It has a few names, but you can find videos on YouTube for this, or you can simply draw a square and imagine tracing the square or trace the square, whatever works for you. It's as interactive or minimally interactive as possible, whichever one works for you in the moment. So I'll give it a little example, a little explanation. So imagine you have a pen in your hand and you are drawing a square. I'm going to draw this bottom up left side of the square, and I'm going to breathe in for 4 seconds. I'm going to draw the top of the square and hold my breath for 4 seconds. I'm going to draw the second side of the square going down, breathing out for 4 seconds. And then I'm going to close the square with the bottom line, holding my breath for 4 seconds. So here we go. Inhale up the side for 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath up top for 2, 3, 4. Exhale down the side, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath at the bottom, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And you would go around and around until you're kind of calmed down, till you're not in the emotional state of mind. So the great thing about the square breathing and using the square is that you're breathing and you're thinking about something. So it distracts and helps you regulate by the breath work. And the second P, the last part of TIP skills, is progressive muscle relaxation. So I start at my fist and I squeeze my fist for 10 seconds, as much as I can, and then I release and let them go heavy. Squeeze my forearms for 10 seconds, release, and go heavy. Biceps, shoulders, chest, throat, all parts of my face, my back, my belly, my bum, my legs, all the way down to the tippy toes. And then when I'm done one by one, squeeze everything for 10 seconds as tight as possible, and then just go heavy. Now, you've calmed down, you've regulated. It's time to communicate. It's time to speak your truth gently. In a DBT lens, we'll use the DEAR skill, DEAR. D stands for describe what happened. E stands for express your feelings. A, assert what you need. R, reinforce why it matters. Here's an example. When plans changed last minute, I felt anxious. I'd appreciate a more heads up. It really helps me to stay grounded. Instead of, why did you change plans at the last minute? You know what that does to me. You know I can't make plans change, or changing plans quickly like that makes me anxious. How dare you not think of me? Nothing's getting done there. But hey, this is what happened. This is how I feel. This is what I need. And this is why it matters. Self-validation. This is so you can say what your younger self never heard. And this is not, You're beautiful, you are loving, you're the best kid, everybody loves you. You can say all that, but you can also be real with your inner child and be real like an adult would have been real with you. Yes, my dear, it makes sense this feels hard. It is hard. I'm not wrong. You're not wrong for needing time, or I'm not wrong for needing time. Like, no, my dear, take your time, one step at a time. My voice is worthy even when it shakes. Don't be afraid of that shaky voice. Just keep doing it, girl. You are strong. You are mighty. Validation isn't giving in. It's stabilizing. It's saying, hey, I still belong even now. Earlier, I mentioned being in the emotional state of mind in DBT. In dialectical behavior therapy, they have the assumption that we have 3 states of mind. Emotional mind, rational mind, and wise mind. The wise mind is where you want to be in the present moment without judgment. Nothing's right or wrong. Nothing's good or bad. If there's a problem, let's just find a solution. A lot of the times, we are in that emotional state of mind. It's hot. It's heavy. There's no logic. It's just full emotion. No logic. Knock, knock, knock. No logic. In the rational state of mind, it's calm, cold, cool, collected. It's all facts. All statistics, no emotion, very cold. So you want to combine a little bit of both and have that wise mind. A little bit of emotion, a little bit of logic, and we're going to find a solution. That's where you want to be, in the wise mind. So when you find yourself in the emotional state of mind, tap back into the wise mind. What's true for me right now? Is it staying silent while I see him screaming? Or is it saying, no more, I will not handle the screaming. I will talk to you when it is a calmer voice. And walk away safely. What's kind to myself in this moment? So while you're trying to get back to that wise mind, get back to that equilibrium, what's kind to myself in this moment? Probably taking a beat and saying, yeah, girl, that was hard. They were yelling in your face. Take a breath. I hear you. No one should be yelled at like that way. You were doing your best. Customer service work is hard. And then what do you need that honors both your truth and your body at the same? Do you need a break? Do you need to splash some water on your face? Do you need to cry? Do you need to talk to your friend or boss or coworker? And if your truth comes out softer than this and softer than it's expected, that's still your voice. And if all you can do is whisper it to yourself today, my dear, then whisper it. It counts. It always counts. Let this be the beginning of letting your silence evolve, not into noise, but into something honest and embodied, full of expression. Reclaiming your voice doesn't mean suddenly becoming loud, like I just said, right? It doesn't mean oversharing. It doesn't mean becoming fearless overnight or knowing exactly what to say. Reclaiming your voice means coming back to your truth, even if it trembles. It means letting your inner world have a seat at the table and learning to speak, not perform, from the inside out. Your voice might look different than what the world expects. It might be quiet, protective, measured. That doesn't make it any less powerful. It makes it real. So here are some ways your voice can show up in everyday healing moments. Saying something like, I need space, without over-explaining. Practice stating one need without justification. I need a little quiet tonight. Let that be enough. Let the silence hold the boundary. Ask for what you want, even if it feels scary. Write it down first, then try to say it out loud. I'd love it if you could text me when you get home. This challenges the belief that asking equals being a burden. You're not too much. You're just learning to own your needs. Breathing instead of people pleasing. In DBT, they use a skill called urge surfing. So imagine a wave And as the urge builds up, it goes to the top of the wave, and it's the highest it is. Ooh, it's a big urge. It's a big urge to people please. It's a big urge to say yes. Girl, hold on. Let that pause. Take a big inhale. Let that wave crest down. Let it go to the shore. When the impulse to fawn hits, pause, inhale. Notice the urge without acting. You can say something to yourself silently, like, I can feel this, without fixing it. This is radical. This is voice. Name your pace. I'm not ready to talk about that yet. Practice stating your readiness or lack of it with gentle finality. It trains your nervous system to tolerate stillness and boundary. I'm not ready to talk about that right now. But girl, did you see that game yesterday? Or girl, did you read that book? You can still engage. You can still talk. Life can still go on without talking about that one thing that's not ready to be talked about. And let joy be an expression. Sing in your car, dance in your kitchen, cry in the shower. Expression doesn't need an audience to be sacred. Your voice lives in your body. Let it live. Let it breathe. Let it have space. Let it have time. Let it move through you without needing it to mean anything. Identify one truth thought a day. In cognitive processing therapy, CPT asks, what belief is running the show? What do I believe about myself right now? And what else could be true? What's the evidence say? Does it support or dispute my belief about staying silent? So if your thought is, I always say the wrong thing, you can reframe it to, I'm learning how to be clear. My voice doesn't need to be perfect to be worthy. You don't need to believe the new thought yet. You just need to make room for it to open doors. Reclaiming your voice might also mean leaving a text unread until you're ready. Not laughing at something that made you uncomfortable. Yes, please, ladies, do not laugh at anyone or anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. Do not laugh just to make someone else feel good. Do not laugh because they can't take the consequences of their actions of telling shitty jokes. Don't enable it. Don't laugh. It's important. I'm going to say it again. Not laughing at something that makes you uncomfortable is finding your voice. Saying, actually, I've changed my mind is another way to find your voice. Another very important life lesson. I'm knocking on wood. I'm banging things around, making some noise to show you that this is important. You can change your mind at any given time. In a relationship, in a job, in a friendship, in a choice, in a goal, in a path. You can change your mind. You are not stuck. Choosing stillness when someone expects urgency, girl, find that voice. Don't let the people used to get in their way with you get their way. If you can't do it, hold on a minute. If you can do it later on, you'll do it. Give me a second. I'll finish it when I get here. Take your time. And crying instead of talking because your body speaks first, right? Let it out. Do not see tears as a form of weakness. It is science. It is a sign that your body is under pressure and it needs to relieve pressure or it's going to get worse. Your voice doesn't have to be loud to be powerful. It doesn't have to be fluent to be clear. It doesn't have to be immediate to be real. It just has to be honest and it has to be yours, and that's enough. So let's talk about a couple of tools to further reconnect with your voice. First up is voice mapping. You can either journal or you can hit record on your voice recorder and ask yourself, what do I really want to say right now? What would I say if I didn't need to be liked? Where do I censor myself the most? Let your answers come out raw, unfiltered, even if you don't share them with anyone. Seriously, don't. That's okay. This is about giving your truth somewhere to land. Just speak your truth. Let it come out. See what that looks like compared to what your actions are. And then see how your actions and your words can align better. Take baby steps. We'll get to the baby steps. We're almost there. Second up is somatic vocal releasing. If trauma lives in your body, it lives in your voice. So try humming with your hand on your throat, teeth closed. Feel that vibration for a minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Sigh loudly to release the pressure. This is kind of like the video of the Grinch in the yoga class where they asked to breathe out loud and he really screams. Like, let it out. Let it out. Sigh it big. Let the pressure out. Singing or chanting one vowel over and over. A-E-I-O-U. It's beautiful. Yawning. Yeah, I know, I hear you. What? Yes, yawning. To relax the jaws and the vagus nerve. So let sound move through you. It doesn't have to sound good. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. It just has to move. And the baby steps that I was talking about were there. Truth titration. Let's build your voice gently, one truth at a time. This is the practice of letting your truth out in small, digestible doses, just like you would slowly introduce food to a sensitive body. You're not dumping all your feelings at once. You're offering sips of your truth in safe-ish, low-stakes moments so your body can learn, hey, I can say something honest and still be safe. This practice is powerful because it builds nervous system resilience, self-trust, and toleration of emotional exposure, which is lovely, right? So first, here are some examples. So start with statements that honor your truth without requiring confrontation or a huge emotional disclosure. I think I need to check in with myself first. That joke made me uncomfortable. I'm realizing I don't agree with that. Can we pause for a second? I don't have that energy right now. I actually have a different perspective. Those are some things. Speak your truth. You're not saying how you feel in the sense of deep emotion. You're not confronting the person of saying, hey, you're way stupid or sucks. You're just saying, hey, a matter of fact, I've got away. I need time. I need space. I'm not sure. So practice this in a low stakes space. Try telling the truth in places where you feel mostly safe, with a supportive friend, a therapist, or even alone in the mirror. So you can say something like, I didn't like that out loud after watching a television show you didn't really enjoy. Even naming preference counts. It builds voice memory. Before saying a truth out loud, write it down. Then whisper it. Then imagine saying it to the person. Then decide if or how you want to express it in real time. Add a pause buffer. Use the titration phrases to give yourself time before reacting or answering. Let me think of that. Let me think on that. I want to be honest, but I need a second. Can we circle back to this? Can I get back to you? This slows the moment down and gives your truth a place to land safely. The point of truth titration isn't to be understood or liked. It's to stay in relationship with yourself. When your voice aligns with your values, even in small ways, your nervous system starts to trust you again. And man, isn't that what we're doing? Isn't that what we're after? It's just to have a regulated nervous system that's not filled with dysfunctional, irrational, wrong beliefs, so that we can have actions that align with who we want to be and not against it. Yes, love that. Love that for us. Yes. Okay. And then debrief after you tell a truth. Ask yourself, like, what came up for me? Did my body feel more open? Did it feel more tense? And what would I do that again? What's one thing I would try again? How would I do it differently? Like, just debrief. Check in. This helps to integrate the experience and reinforce that truth-telling is a skill, not a test. You're building skills for your toolbox, my friend. So remember, your voice is not a performance, it's a presence. Truth-telling isn't all or nothing. It's a sacred, slow build. Titration teaches your body we can heal and be real and be safe. Let's take a breath together. Feel free to place one hand on your throat if that's okay. And I invite you to speak softly to yourself or out loud or in your mind, whatever works best for you. My voice is sacred. My truth matters. I speak in my time, in my way. So thought prompts, journal prompts, whichever way you'd like to use them. I got 3 of them for you. Here we go. What silence protected me once, but no longer serves me now? What silence protected me once, but no longer serves me now? What truth wants to rise in me this season? Ooh, I feel that in my soul. Like, what is yearning? What is coming out? What is like at the bit of the teeth? Like, what are you just thinking of and can't stop thinking of? Like, what is that? What truth wants to rise in me this season? And lastly, what does my voice sound like when it belongs to me? Yeah? What does my voice sound like when it belongs to me? Is my internal voice and my external voice matching? Are my actions and my words matching? Let who I am inside match my actions. Let that all align. I'm wrapping it up now. Not really swabbing into some outro or out brief. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying, hey, thank you for being here with me today. If this episode speaks to your heart, please let me know in the message. If you got a question, if something came up for you, I'd love to talk about it. Please share this episode with someone who you feel is healing their inner child, who has lost their voice, or who is wanting to find their voice. You are not alone. You are and were never the problem. You are proof that something softer is always possible. If you're listening and thinking, I wish I had someone to talk and to walk with me through this, I'd like you to know that's exactly what I do. I offer private, individual, virtual therapy sessions if you're in the state of Texas, and life coaching virtual sessions if you're outside the state or abroad. Whether you're healing trauma, navigating a big life shift, or just ready to come home to yourself, I'd love to help hold space for you, just like I do for many women each and every week. It is my honor. It is such a great, gratifying place to be. I love my job. If that's something you're curious about, you can fill out a consultation request via my link tree, along with a badass Spotify playlist for women healing and more resources for your voice, your body, and your power. You are never too much, never too late, and never too far gone. And you don't have to figure it out all alone, my dears. I'm here with you. But until next time, may you be happy and free, and may mine and yours journey ripple outward to bless the world with happiness and freedom. Take care of you. I'll see you soon.